Okay, for this video we're gonna do a 1 to 35 run through. So we go back to our main menu. If you ever need to know how long is left in the season, you can always just look here on the main menu. It'll always show it. Current season ends in 8 days. Okay, so we're going to create a character here. And in order to do that, you just click create new character. You can change the face somewhat. And skin. And if you don't like the name that's there, you can just get a different one. There's lots of names. Pick anything you like. And then you just hit enter realm. Now you start outside the home fort here, and there's nothing to do or see out here really. It's just where you start for when the season starts. The gate will be closed like this, and before you can open it, the season will actually have to have started. So you just press E to open the gate. And you come in. And as you can see, the home fort is pretty empty right now. There's nothing to do really. You do have your crafting stand here right from the get-go. And if you like, you'd be able to, and had the resources, you'd be able to craft anything here. You won't have that until a little later though. This is where all your mounts are. And as you can see, I've got a fair number of them. They'll show you, all of them at once. So if I want to pick a mount, I'm going to pick this one here. You just go to tab, go to your mounts, and then you can see them all there. And in order to actually pick one, you just gotta click on it. So now that's gonna be your mount. You also have skins. Like right now I have nothing really on. Since I have no armor, this is just the base look. I'll go with let's see here. I'll go with Dark Wanderer. And as you can see here, this is what you'll look like. Doesn't matter what armor you wear. If you're wearing a skin, then it'll stay as is. Alright, so the first thing you really want to do is you want to hit your tab. Okay, and you want to assign your stat points here. Now, if you scroll over each of the different ones, it tells you what it does. Increase armor and damage. Agility gives you crit chance and lifesteal chance. Stamina gives you max health and health regeneration. Endurance, amount of lifesteal and energy regeneration. Luck, it's all basically there, so you just scroll over whatever you want. The best bet is usually to put in stamina. Now, if you look at your max health here, it's at 110 and health regeneration +1. So if I put in 1, I go to max health 120 and health regeneration 1.1. So we'll put it all in. We're up to 160, 1.4. And you can see your health ball, the red ball there, it's slowly climbing up. Now you want to assign your skills, which is K button. So here's your tree here. You have to start down here and then just follow it along, whichever ones you want to go to first. For myself, I go for infinite wind as quick as possible because it helps you to attack more instead of just basic attack. And each of these nodes along the way give you different things. Increase attack damage by 2%. 2%. Increase max health 3%. 3%. Okay, so we're out of stat points for now. And our health ball, we got 173. Next thing to look at is J, which is your stance. Okay, there's different stances. You got spears, and they have different things. You skill up by killing monsters, and I'll show you that as we go. And each of them are different. And the final tab here is crafting, and I'll show you that a little bit further in. There is some crafting that's done during 1 to 35, but you can't skill up on it because it's not crafting armor for the most part. You do a little, but a lot of the crafting that you're going to do is not going to skill it up. So let's start. We're going to open up rupture number 1. As you can see, it's the only one available. And you begin. So we're in.
Welcome, warrior. You have entered a time rupture.
And you have the cutscene here.
From there, fight your way through the rupture to the high-density area. Slay the invading monsters to collect equipment and essence. Use the essence to open containers. After you've collected enough, you can proceed to open the gate to the Rupture Lord. Slay the Lord and claim your bounty.
Okay, so first thing is choose your weapon. So let's open it up. You can hover over them. Sometimes you might get one that's blue or yellow because it's better. I'm going to go with 2-hand here. So you open your inventory here, and you start with one-handed, but you can switch it after you get your weapon. So there's my 2-handed weapon, and now you're all set. So you go out, and like it said, just kill. It's just basically right click. Till you level up, and then I'll show you what to do as you level. Okay, so you hit level 2. You get a stat point and you get a skill point. So you can put them in whenever you choose. And we're going to keep going with stamina. And K, more max health one. And as you can see, as you get hit, you're going to take life, and it slowly regenerates depending on how much you have, how much life or stamina you have, because that also adds to life regeneration. Later on, you'll have life steal as well. Okay, now you see it got a skill upgrade, so let's go like this. Now you hit J button, and it shows me what it is. It's a spinning death blow with two-handed weapons. Okay, so I've got that, and if you look down by your sword there, it says above the Z, X, and C, it says Q. Now when you hit Q, it takes energy, but you whirlwind through them. It's a more powerful attack, and it hits more times. These are mining nodes. You break those if you want. You will later on. And they give you metal flint and dwarven stone and gems once your crafting level is high enough. So as you can see in the top left corner there, I've got 78 time essences. And you need 40 for this first, to go kill the first boss here. So since I've got extra, I'll pick up a few of the crates. They'll sometimes give you armor or gold or, stuff like that. And it'll flash on your screen there in two different spots, one to the right and one more in the middle. As you can see, I'm getting gold, iron ore, and stuff like that. And there's level 3. So this one gives 5% armor. And we're still working that way. And add another to stamina. Now once you have enough time essences, you just click here and it takes it. Now if you look here, this is reward. These are called the offhands, and they give you a specific skill that you can use when you hit mobs. So for now we'll go with spinning blade. And here's the boss, so try and kill him. That white stuff growing there, that's a can damage you. Now as you can see the spinning blades there, that was because on my offhands I got spinning blade. So there's 15% chance to proc, and it does 217% damage. And that damage is based off your base damage and some other things. There's a complicated formula for it, and you can ask around. I don't have the formula anymore, so I'm not sure. So after you do that, you can loot the chamber, and as you can see, it costs time essences to loot stuff, except the boss chest. That doesn't. You can break trees and that to get wood and stuff for crafting. Same with the iron ore and that. So once you come here, you loot the treasure chests, and as you can see, it'll have weapons, it'll have a key, it'll have an inscribed quartz, some cloth, planks, and iron ingots, and some gold. So you take that, come over here. This is a recipe desk, and you want to unlock that. In order to unlock that, you have to have the key, which you got from the boss chest. So there's the boss chest bone key, and you just unlock it. And it says recipe discovered, rope gloves. So take the teleport to home fort. If you don't get this teleport, all you do is hit B and it teleports you. Doesn't matter which you use. So there you go. Now look at, you got 2 new things up. Okay, so we come to here, and this is to forge ingots. Alright, so you got 86 iron ore. That's the resources, and it'll make iron ingots, which is right here, iron ingots. So let's craft it. And you can see it crafts. This won't give you skill ups to your crafting level, but it's got to be done because you need the iron ingots for making armor here. Now, here is rope gloves. That's the recipe you just got at the boss. So you want to craft that. Craft 1. Now, when you craft these things, sometimes you will get you'll get a skill up for crafting. So just keep that in mind for now. Now on these, generally I look for the best armor modifier on it, because armor helps limit the damage you take from the level of the mob. The more armor you have, the higher mobs you can hit or get hit by and not get take as much damage. So it's kind of an important stat early on. So I don't like this one because it's only 7.4 armor. I may try and craft another. So we craft another, and it shows up here. Now look at your armor, 15.7. It's got max health, health regeneration, crit chance. I like that one better. It shows that it's less damage, because the other one has 0.5 damage on it, and that's why it's showing it. But for me, the armor is more important, so I'm going with that. So you just right click it and it goes into the slot. Now it's in there and the other one's not. And you're all done for that rupture. Now you're going to move up to rupture number 2. If you're not comfortable with moving on to the next one right away, you can go back to the first one. And 1 second here. Okay, so Let's do number 2. So as you can see, there's some stuff on the ground and it's bones. So if you pick them up, go like that. And now you got a flying pet in here. So let's see what it does. E. So 10 bones, and my reward is an energized Drake. So complete it. And if you open your inventory, you now see your Drake is there. And it says, chance to spawn an aura of energy near you. Stepping inside it regenerates health and energy. That's a pretty big thing because you never have much right at the start. And it'll only spawn those circles when you're hitting a mob. So let's get a bunch of them together here. And then we'll just use Q. And you see the spinning blade going through. That's a nice effect and does a lot of damage. And when you cross those, it regenerates your energy and health. And since I know after this one, the next recipe that I'm going to be getting is going to cost wood, I'll kill some trees as well going through so that I have some extra wood in case I need to make more than one. And this one is the same thing. You need 40 to loot. Any after that's kind of gravy. After you kill the boss, you'll get some time essences as well. As you see, I got another skill up here. Okay, so increases your damage 10% with two-handed weapons, and increases your critical damage with two-handed weapons. And the next one will be here. And down here you see what your skill level is at, 27. And you keep skilling up as you kill more. So we'll pick up a couple crates. If you just use regular attack, which is your left click on the mouse, it doesn't cost any energy. But it's only a single hit each time. Whereas doing this Q, you get more hits per each time you use Q. So we keep doing this until he's dead. And that explodes when he when it reaches the circle there, the edge of the circle, and is fully in. You want to stay out of that or it damages you. And as you can see, he's not doing a lot of damage to me right now. And now he's dead. Okay, same thing. Loot all the stuff in here. Got another spinning blade one. Goblet of fire. Goblet of lightning. As you can see, it's 126, The spark ones are actually very good early on because they really damage the boss. So I'm going to put that one on. Blue is almost always better than a plain one, and so on and so forth. and we'll show you what that skill looks like as we do that. So I'll add a stat point there. Okay. There we go. Loot. And here you got some books of knowledge and scrolls of knowledge. Right here, I'll show you what to do with those when it's time. Got another recipe desk here. This one for rope boots. So unlock, and you got the recipe now. And that'll be in your crafting bench as well. So you return home, and you got another crafting bench here. So if you look, you got planks now that you can make. So you got wood here to make them into planks. Craft them all. And you got more iron ore as well. Craft them all. Now you got 2 inscribed rupture quartzes. I'll show you what to do with those once you get to level or rupture 5. After that you can use those. So now we go over to our workbench because we got a new recipe. Click on the recipe. Costs 25 planks and 5 bones. Got lots of bones, lots of planks. So let's hit craft. If you don't have anything on in the slot, it just goes automatically into it. Now as you can see, this one's yellow, so it's generally better. It's got more mods to it and everything else. As you can see, adds strength, crit chance, max energy, lightning damage bonus, and so on and so forth. And we have level 5. Level 5 is a good level because now you can use a mount. See? That's always a nice handy thing to have. Different mounts can do different things. If you don't have one, you have a base one that's a horse or a stallion, sorry. So that might be the only one you have if it's your first time playing, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so we've got those 2. Let's do number 3. Oop. Sign our stats. 9. Okay. And there we go. So open number 3. Okay, so now if you know which one you're going to be which skill you're going to be using, you can figure out which one of these you want to pick. You got arcane over here, fire, and electric, lightning. So if you look at your offhand here, this is what it's going to help affect too. This is a goblet of lightning, so it's going to require a lightning pet. So let's add lightning. Just requires an energized drake, and this is what it'll look like after. Gives you a chance to spawn the aura still, and when enemies die, their corpse has a chance to explode, dealing lightning damage. So there we go. And as you can see, now your pet has 2 mods. Now these are going to be needed next for the next next one you craft will require fiber, so pick up those, still kill. And if you come over and you don't have enough, when you click on the rupture, it shows you requires 40 essences. So just keep killing until you have enough essences. And we got another skill upgrade, so let's look at it. Okay, drop a powerful ground slam. Okay, this is a different type of attack. As you can see, you can read what it does, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like, but you'll be able to figure all that out as you go. Okay, down by your sword, in the bottom middle there, above the ZXC, it shows R now. So let's try R. And let's see, R. And you can see that sparking. That's the actual offhand when it actually procs. So we've got our 40. Let's go kill the boss. Okay, so now you got some stuff on the ground you want to be careful of. Get hit pretty hard if you stay there too long, so I use Q instead of R for the most part. And the other thing you can do, you got healing potions. If you put them down here, now when you press 2, you'll be able to heal yourself as well. So let's try 2. And he drinks the potion. As long as you keep running over your little yellow circles there, it'll help with your energy regeneration and your life regeneration. And now he's dead. So there we go. And same as always, just loot. And you got to choose again. Blue one, Delusions of Zelcors. And you can figure out which of these you like the best as you go along. If you already know what element you're going to be using, your best bet is to almost always choose the element you're going to be using, because you're going to disenchant them for parts so that you can make epic offhands. They'll be purple, and they're what you want most of all, but that'll come later in the game. Okay, so this one we've got rope helms now, And this is what it's gonna take to craft it. 25 cloth, 5 bones. So let's unlock. And as you can see, there's no portal spawn this time. So I'm just gonna hit B and it ports me back. And now you have a new table here. So make cloth from fiber. You have 181 fiber. So make it so. Go over to your crafting bench and your new recipe. Let's craft one. So let's have a look at it. 22.5 armor. I like that one. It's got health regeneration, energy regeneration, damage, crit damage, and max health. So it looks nice. Let's go with that. On to the next rift. Now, if you don't want to move on to the next one yet, you can just click on it and you can go back to whichever one you want. You should be able to basically go through with just doing one of each. And that's what I do. But if you're more comfortable doing an extra one or something, that's fine. Doesn't hurt anything. And when using your Q and R skills in that, it's usually nice to have a great big group of them right there because you get more bang for your buck going through it. And as you can see, those little explosions, when some of them die, they damage others. And here's some more books and stuff. They're always nice to pick up because they're going to give you experience when you turn them in. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, as you've seen, got another craft up, or another skill up. So increases your crit damage with two-handed weapons. It's always best to stay focused on one stance, whichever you like, because you gotta go through and kill a lot of monsters and that to get it up, and then after you reach the last one, you get 1% increased damage every time you level this one up. So it's a good thing to be focused on just one instead of bouncing around through 4 or 5, because it'll take you longer to get anywhere. Alright, so we got 48. Let's go over and see if we can claim our thing here. And yep, so choose our reward, and this gives us a different type. I'm going with lightning, Eye of the Storm. And there it is. And you always try and use the same element for all your offhands, whatever works for you. You could use 3 of the same, like if you have 3 sparks, you can use sparks, and the spark damage will increase with each one, and how often it actually procs. So let's collect some more books and stuff. And as you see, some offhand skills, they'll revolve around you. Some of them are land right on the target. And you just got to figure out which are best for you and your play style and that. Now, these bookcases are always nice to pick up. 29 books of knowledge. And pick up the rest there. Loot this. And as you can see, I got another two-handed weapon. This one's blue. So it gives some other stuff on it. Max health, health regeneration. As you can see, this one's just 5.2 damage, period. So let's put that one on because it's better. And rope pants are the next to be crafted. So 20 cloth, 10 plank, 8 bones, and 10 iron ingots. So go back to town. Now this is where you use your books of knowledge, ancient tablets, and scrolls of knowledge. So you click on here and just hit research, and you leveled up some. Gives you experience, so it's best to turn them in, especially 1 to 35. You may as well just turn them in as you go along. So craft all these. And now let's make some pants. Let's craft on it. Shows you what you need. If any of them are red, then you can't craft it because you don't have that. So let's craft one. And that one looks pretty nice. 24.3 armor. And a few other mods there. Alright, so now we got three stat points. Put them all in stamina, and if you look at your max health now, it's 377, and it's plus 8.4 regeneration. Okay, we got 3 points available. So this is where we're gonna go. This arrow here That means you have to get to this node here before you can do the one in the middle. So energy regeneration, energy regeneration, energy regeneration. So 2 more and I'll have infinite wind. And I'll show you what that does when we get there. And number 5. As you can see, some books. Let's pick up the books. And come up into the kill zone. And let's see how we do here. And for the most part, I'll use Q. I use R later on for more damage when I'm actually needing a lot more damage and can take the hits because it's a little slower and you tend to get hit more. Okay, so we farmed our time essences. And let's go kill the boss. When he goes black like that, he does a ice attack. You want to stay out of that, so stay behind him. Okay, so we got that. Now you get to choose a reward after level 5. Always choose the same type of weapon that you're using because you really want to stick with the same one. Because if you go to a different stance, you're not going to have your Q and R attacks. So, as you can see here, 9.8 on it. And here's one that's actually yellow. So if I were Maul stance, I would have got lucky there. Or spear stance, lucky there. Or one hand, lucky there. As you can see, my luck doesn't usually extend to that much. Where are we here? So 9.8, you can add it there if you want. Give you a little more damage. If you look at your damage number, it's 16 right now. Now it's 21. So we'll go with that for now. Pick everything up. Alright. So now I've got 2 Eye of the Storms. So I'm going to put them together like this. So now I got 13%, 14% chance on that one to proc, and 13% on that one. So basically 27% of the time it'll proc. And instead of getting 50.69% damage, you're going to get 104 because they'll both add. So that's why you try and keep similar ones together where possible. And you can keep this one in here, and when you go to the boss, Spark is a good one. Just put it back on before you go to the boss. Now, as you see, you got some green apples here. The time threads, I'll show you how to turn those in and what it does for you. So pick up the rest here, recipe and rope chest. So get our last piece of armor. Now after level 5, as you can see, you got infused rupture crystals. When you get 5 of these inscribed rupture quartz, you come over here and it'll give you a card. And you can re-roll it once. Now, as you can see, it gives different things, and you can re-roll it to some and try for a different card. Right now, I'm going to go with the damage plus 50. Now if I go on here, now see how my damage is up at 78 instead of 21. That's quite a jump. And for whatever reason, these things stay in there, but you can't use them again. So just move it and it disappears. Okay. So go over here, do your crafting quickly. And let's make a rope chest. Okay, so rope chest 15.6. I'm gonna give it another shot. See if I can get a better one. Armor 7.6, that one's even worse. Okay, so let's see if so you got your crafting skill up to level 2. That was just from crafting this gear here. You'll get skill ups every once in a while. So we've done everything here. You can turn in your books if you want to. Level 10 now. And let's put a little endurance to give ourselves some energy regeneration. And okay. Energy regeneration and infinite wind. So now the ones in the middle like this, they are proc. When you're fighting a monster, it'll show up at the top as a buff. And as you can see, this one's for 5 seconds, increases your energy regeneration. So if you look, Maximum energy 100. Energy regeneration 1.7. And you also have your lifesteal chance, experience bonuses, and stuff like that. And down here, two-handed damage, which I am, 10%, 13% crit damage. Those are some of the stats on your stat page that you want to pay attention to now and again. So level 6. And as you can see here, these are blue Delphi. We haven't had those yet, so I'm going to assume that it's for the next crafting recipe, which it almost always is. So you got lots of mobs here. And it works the same as before. Now see how the energy ball is going green there? Sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's green. Well, when it goes green, you got a buff at the top of the screen there as well that you can see. And that means you got energy regeneration. So there's my 40. Let's go over and see if we can loot here. No, now you need 60 essences. So go back, kill some more. And now we're going to kill the boss, so I'll put my spark back on. And as you can see, when you go green like that, you can keep on the killing longer. So the boss goes down faster as well. And if you messed up and have to change your element, you get another pet and another chance to energize it if you need to. And if you're going to do that, you need to first get it. Now, as you can see, you got to actually equip it. So just right click it and it'll go on instead of your other one. And now you can do fire or arcane. Let's go with fire and it'll give fire one. And now I'm going to put my lightning one back on because I use lightning. Put my Eye of Storm back on for the next rupture. Loot your stuff. Alright, we got Hurricane Orb, Fiery, Star Blades. And there we go. So white leather boots is the next recipe. Let's see what we got here. Now we go over to this guy. And he upgrades your crafting stands and stuff like that. So whenever you see that purple circle above his head, go to him. Okay, I can upgrade the portal here. So I'm going to do that first. Requires 3 of these. So let's upgrade it. Okay, He still has an upgrade left, so let's look again. Okay, over here, this crafting stand, 400 coins and 50 fire shards. So let's upgrade. And there you go. Your upgrades are done for now. Do your research. Go over to the upgraded stand now. And as you can see, now you can make shredded blue Delphies. And you got blue Delphies here. So click here, craft all. And go to your stand. Now you got a new recipe here, white leather boots. And that's what it takes. 30 blue Delphies, 30 planks, 30 ingots, and 5 fire shards. Here's your fire shards, bones, and the rest of your stuff. So let's make one, see what it looks like. Okay. Both are item level 2, which is normal for around that level. The stats are pretty low. So they both look pretty much the same there. Got a lightning bonus on the ones I'm wearing, so I'm not going to change it up. I'm just going to leave it as is. If the arrow were green like these are, that means it's more damage. But at this level, damage is kind of, it's not a big difference. So you kind of look for other things like armor to stop from getting hit so hard and everything else like that. So go to tab and keep adding to your stamina, because you do get hit pretty hard for a while. Now for here, where I usually go next, I like to go over to here, because your life, if you're going to play hardcore, pretty important. So I'm going to go over to there, and then I'll go up here, which will give me some life steal. You can just scroll over these little nodes to see what everything does and where it is, stuff like that. Don't be afraid to look around. Okay, so we've done everything we had to do. Time for number 7. So get them all grouped up again. And as you can see, you can keep attacking now with Q pretty much. Just go over those circles once in a while, and you have infinite wind, so regens quicker, and that means you can kill faster and more. Okay, we got our 60. And put on lightning, spark. storm back on. Alright, so do our looting. Okay, got another horn one. Let's see here, chain lightning. Since I'm going to be lightning, I try and pick lightning as much as possible. You just need a couple of the others for upgrading your offhands later on. So mainly focus on the lightning ones if you're doing lightning, arcane if you're doing arcane, so on and so forth. So we have a new bench now, and this one's a disenchant table. Alright, so now put this in here and disenchant it. You will see I got bones from that. So put some more in there. Got some bones and some fire shards there. And if you want to put them all in, I'm not going to use any of these. So I just click on there and it puts all the blue and yellow ones and the base ones in there. Disenchant, and it disenchants them all. Now for these, okay, your horns and the ones you're not going to use and don't want, you put them in there like so, or you can use this, which puts them all in there. I try to avoid that because I usually have some up here that I swap back and forth for the first part, and I don't want to end up deleting them. So you press disenchant for these, and over here you got arcane scraps, fire scraps, lightning scraps, horn scraps, trinket scraps, and I'll show you how those are used later. So let's go with this. And you got a new recipe. Go do your crafting. And now you got white leather chest. Alright, so let's make one of these. See what it looks like. Says it's an upgrade. And wow, look at the armor on that. 57.7. So if you look down here, this is your character's base armor. This one only had 15.6 armor on it. And this one has 57.7. Put it in there. And your base armor is up to 160 now. And that also gets affected by this in here. So I've got like 15% increase to armor. And add our skill point. Add another stamina there, and we're ready to go for the next one. Okay, so we're at rupture level 8. And as you can see here, you've got two different types of mobs. Got some wolves and some whatever the other ones are. Okay, we got another skill up. So, Blade Fury increases critical damage. And as you can see, it slowly works its way through, and you continue to skill as you continue to skill it up. To get to this one here, or this one here, it's 1k two-handed skill. So be a while yet, because it starts to take more and more to get up to here. But you will get there, and usually somewhere around rupture 30 or so, depending on how fast you went through. If you kill a little extra each time, doesn't hurt anything. Just get you to through all your different skills that you get, and they all add damage pretty much. Alright, so let's go like this. And what I did there was I pressed and held the E key, and it makes you fly through the air like that. I'll show you after this. Yeah, we gotta wait for energy now. There we go. Okay, so we killed him. Now this one's a special one. These statues and that, as you can see, they give you wolf pelts and wolf teeth, and I'll show you what those are used for in a minute. You want to make sure you pick them up, because you'll be able to craft something with that. And let's take down some of this. Collect our boss chests, collect our recipe desk, white leather gloves are what we craft next. Also, this one has a crafting blueprint on the rock here. You want to make sure you get these, because these are actually for your bracers. So I'll show you how to craft those as well. So we got 2 recipes this time. So we come back, and a new bench. Craft bracelets. Well, let's have a look here. Timberwolf. Okay, let's try one. And here you go. As you can see, crafted some bracers for you, so it's an extra slot. Got a couple ring slots, amulet, and relic still for there, and you got an offhand here, and that's for your fossil, and those will come up a little bit later. So let's craft the rest of these. Oh, and it looks like it's an upgrade. And we got a crafting upgrade. So we go to the crafting skill and see it's it's skill level 6 now, and we have Spirit of the Harmonian Explorer. Increases your chance to find magical items. So that's always a good thing. Next one's luck. Get 10 to luck. Get more gold from looting and selling. And as you can see, there's different things. Okay, so this one's showing better, but I like the armor on the other one and some of the stats there. So I'm going to keep the other one. So if you go over here, you can disenchant now anything you don't want. So let's put it all in. Don't need that. And there we go. And let's make some gloves. See, I can't make another one right now because I don't have 30 of these. But 56.6 armor. It's a lot better than the one I have. So now my armor's up to 235. And your experience bar here tells you how much experience you have and how much till the next level. Okay, you see the letters in the middle just above your weapon and your health potion there. Now you have a Q, E, and R. F and B. F is to mount, so you hit F and you mount. F again to dismount. B is your portal to go back to town. R is one of your skills to kill. Q is your other skill to kill. And E, it's usually used for looting, but if you hold it down, you see that glow there? When it turns orange like that, propels yourself forward. It uses energy though as well, so early on it's gonna eat your energy if you use it too much there. And when you see that skill upgrade sign pop up like that, means your two-hand skill. You got another node. So Blade Frenzy is next. We just got that one. Does the same for crafting too. When you do high volume crafting, you'll quickly get up to the higher levels here. Okay. So let's look for our statue. For the most part, you can stay away from 'em. You got a little bit further reach than he does. So once you get good at circling them like this, you rarely get hit. And then you can take them down faster. So let's do the looting. Lightning. And these just give you your wolf teeth and that for the bracers. I don't bother picking them up after I've crafted bracers, 'cause I'm gonna craft another set in another 4 or 5 rupture levels anyways. So the next one, go back to town, rinse, repeat. Let's do our crafting quick day here. And you don't have to make every new recipe that you get. If you got armor that's half decent already on there, then you don't have to worry about it. So you can look at it. Alright, leather pants, white leather pants. Let's have a look. If you feel those ones are fine, then you can just go with that. You don't actually have to craft. Okay, so number 10. Now this is a special one, and what I'm going to do, because I want levels fast so that I can not so squishy when I'm doing the bosses and that. You can just go like this, and you got books here. Book scrolls. Quickly go through those 4 spots. Hit B, portal back. Open it again, rinse, repeat. And this is where that shows up. So 95 books, 49 scrolls. That's just for doing these 4 spots here. So I'll quickly show you how to get yourself up over level 20. And this is just a good way to get a few levels, especially right at the start. It's only effective for a little bit, because the higher level you are, the more experience it takes. So the books in that aren't as effective until you have high volumes of them later on. But it's a nice way to boost your level here right at the start, and makes it safer when you're playing hardcore. It's just a little trick. See, now I got 340. Normally I put it up to about 1,000. since it only takes, 10 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. 500, halfway there. Okay, 820, good enough. Now if you come over here, right now I'm level 15. I turn these in, and now I'm level 20. So 6 points. Put a little in endurance and some in stamina. And go here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so your HP or your life is up to 740, 714 now. Okay, so back to the grind here. Mhm. Okay, so after every 5, alright, that's a better weapon. Oop. So after every 5 ruptures, you'll have 5 inscribed rupture quartz if you go up one at a time. The other thing I meant to show you, when you upgraded this, if you look now, you can go 2, you can go by 2 instead of 1, but it's better to get your inscribed because they give you some power as well. So just keep that in mind. Go over, and what do we got here? 10 to strength and 80% crit damage. I'm gonna go with that. So we go to here. Now our strength's up to 15, and I haven't even put anything in strength. Oops. This is a one-handed weapon. I hate that. Looks like a two-handed one. Back to the old one. If you were one-handed, that'd be a fairly nice weapon for this level. You always got to watch that because sometimes you won't realize it. It'll look like a one type of weapon, but it'll actually be another. So just always make sure you read it. Right under the item level, it says one-handed weapon, even though it looks like a two-handed one. Alright, star blades. That can be. Keep the electric dragons in the eye of the storm. Now, there was still some crafting in the mortar here. So if you leave it and just go and do something else, come back. As long as you're in home fort, it'll keep crafting, and it'll just put it in the mortar's inventory there. And the same goes for this and this, all of them really. So let's go here. Helm. Yeah, we'll try and see if we can get a better one. Yeah, it's higher armor. So I'm going to put that one on. Alright, so let's start 11. And that red circle, you stay out of it because it's lightning and it'll kill you. The boss casts that every once in a while. And there we go. Quilted boots. And as you can see, they just cost more than the white leather boots, but it's all the same things. You might get a higher level, so you can craft them if you want. I'll take the armor on that one. So most of this is pretty much the same all the way through till you finish rupture 35, and then you start the real portion of the game. Let's just finish up here. Whenever you see stuff on the ground like that, colors and whatnot, it's usually bad stuff that the boss casts. So you should avoid it as much as possible. These green circle ones, they don't do any damage until they explode. So don't be standing in it when it explodes. Now, here, these things here are dwarven runes, and you always want to pick those things up. And I'll show you how to use those shortly. Come over to this one. So on level 12, you get your fossil. Here's your fossil. So take that, and it's up here. Gives you 5 tall stats right here. And that's where you're going to add gems and stuff to make it more powerful. So quilted armor. Now these toadstools, or whatever you want to call them, cushions or whatever, they have recipes on them. Generally you'll want to pick them up. So this is for a ring. And trinket of lightning. Alright, so vortex. One-handed. Let's go back to town. And now we've got our ring crafting desk. So see here, it takes 25 dwarven runes to craft a ring. I've got 46, so I can craft one. You have 2 slots, 60 to armor. That's nice. I move it down to this one because when you craft the next ring, it'll just go straight in then. Alright, so 13. Okay, so this is what I want to show you as well. You want to open these. It gives you an epic weapon, and it'll be for different different types. Will be in different ones. I think I'll have to go back for my actual 2-handed one. I forgot to pick it up. And it's always nice to pick these up because when you sell them, or not sell them, when you disenchant them, it will give you, where is it here? Yeah. Legendary glowing stones. And you use those to make other epics. You can craft other epics and stuff like that. So let's finish this one. And then we'll go back for mine, the 2-handed one. So yeah, after or starting at rupture 12, there'll always be some dwarven runes at the boss. You want to try and pick them up whenever you can see them. Okay. And if you didn't loot the boss chest first, as you can see, you need the key. It'll tell you cannot unlock. So just go here, boss, and now you're going to unlock it. Alright. Now, since I forgot to pick up my two-handed one, let's go back to 12. I think that's the one that has two-hand. Let's go have a look here. Spear. And maul. Nope. Must be 11. Yeah, this is the one. So you're going to need some time essences to open the actual chest for the epic. I believe it's 60 for here, so we'll just quickly farm that. Alright, go back to town. And let's see, 18.4 there. And as you can see, this is what an epic one looks like. So put that on. Go over here. Disenchant. Disenchant. And now you'll see when we disenchant these, they give us legendary glowing stones. And we'll see how to use those later on. Now I got 80 dwarven runes, so I got enough for another ring. And that one will be fine. It's back here. Do number 14. we should have enough essence there. Okay. And this is another one where you get another Eye of the Storm. That's good. Okay, and as you can see here at 14, you get another bracer crafting blueprint. And this one takes 10 bear pelt and 10 bear tooth. And also got our helmet there. And let's go back. Okay, so go over here. Bracers. Now you got another one here. And the bear pelts actually go in here. So let's just craft all. And that one looks pretty good. It's got two-handed damage and crit damage and all that on there. So we'll put that on. These are regeneration potions for your energy. You can put those down there if you want to use them. And you already have health potions there as well. This is a higher level health potion, so I'm going to use those instead. Go over here, disenchant. What do we got here? Eye of the Storm. So get rid of that vortex. And put 3 eyes. 3 Eye of the Storm. And here you increase your lifesteal by 2%. Okay, come down to here. Let's craft one. Yeah, I'll take more armor. Can never have enough of that. Okay. Upgrade this again. Now, if you look here, you can skip 2 levels at a time and go to the third one if you want. But like I said, you want these crystals too. So let's do 15. Okay, that should be enough. Where am I here? down. These lesser ones I no longer use, so you can just sell them for coins. Got 5 quartz again, so we'll look here. Okay, got luck and crit damage there. I like that. Let's go with that. Crit damage is always a good one because when you, as you can see here, when you do hit with a critical hit, it gives 231% more. And your crit chance right now, it's going to be low early on, but later on you'll be up to 100%. So that means you'll be doing critical damage every time. Going over 100% doesn't do anything. Just 100% is where you want it, and that's it. Alright, so stamina, lifesteal. Okay, so that's 1 to 15. That's part 1 of leveling up and going through the ruptures. The next one will be 16 to 35. So I'm going to end this one here for now and do it in 2 parts.